All right, welcome back to House of Prep. My name's Jerry. Good to see you guys again. I live here in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, so you can kind of get the idea where I'm at when I'm talking about things. Hey, it's Thursday. I'm super excited. I love Thursdays. I love the interaction with you guys in the comments and seeing what is going on in your lives and your areas. So this is the day. Jump in the comments. Let us know how your area looks. Maybe the shelves of food right there at your stores. How are they looking? How about the prices? Are you noticing some more price increases? Sometimes someone says, hey, I haven't been to the store in over a month. And when I finally went, I was blown away by these prices. I like just to see the real life stories, the scenarios right here at House of Prep, right down in the comments. So jump in there. Hey, let me know about some prepping successes. Hey, do you know that we've had some folks that has started prepping over this last year and a half since I've had the video, and it's been amazing watching the growth and watching how people have been better prepared and how thankful they are that they started preparing. I love success stories. There's so much negative going on in the world. I like to focus on the positive, and that's what I'm going to do in today's video is mostly focus on the positive. When I say mostly, because there are some negative things still floating around. Did you see the stock market yesterday? The last month or two, just whole year, but especially yesterday. Wow, stock market just taking a hit constantly over and over, and we're just in it. We are in it right now. But you know what? Things are still going good. Look, prices are high. I get it, but I'm thankful the store is having things that I need. Now, do they always have the exact brand that I want? No, not always. What about that flavor of something that I want? My favorite go-to of this or that? No, sometimes you gotta hunt. Sometimes just for basic things that you use every day, every week, like chicken breasts or things, sometimes it's hard to find. You know, my store had plenty of chicken breasts today. I was thankful, not just for me, but for my neighbors and my community that, we have plenty of chicken breasts, it seems, right now. Things were tight for a while. And there's some other items that I want to pull up and we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. But as I did a few weeks back, I happened to overhear some customers' conversation. Two strangers kind of passed each other. I know it's silly, all right? We don't talk about pickles like we're prepping up pickles. Maybe people like pickles. I mean, that's a good condiment side item for your meals or for some different recipes, but having some pickles. This nice lady was over there, and she was so thankful to find pickles. She was talking to a guy that was coming by. He was buying some pickles, and they were talking how she had went to Aldi's and they had none whatsoever, no pickles, and she was super thankful. We were at Walmart, and she was just grateful. They had a church activity or something, and she wanted to make sure that she found some, but you have to hunt sometimes. And right now with the hunting, you're spending extra money on gas. So it's kind of that two-edged sword. But just hearing people around, it's not just me, it's not just you, it's just not us here at House of Prep, but it's our communities. People are feeling the difference, having to go above and beyond than where we used to have to. That was at the end of the world. No, absolutely not. We just adapt and we overcome. And that's what we do. So let's move on to a couple successful things that we were able to accumulate. My wife found, it's been a long time since we've talked about Bear Creek. They do a great chili. They have different soups, the potato or the broccoli and cheese and different soups. Now, with the Bear Creek soups, they're cheap. They're only just $2-3 for a pack. And it makes a ton. I mean, it makes like a gallon of soup. But here's the catch. It says chicken noodle, okay? But it doesn't have the meat in here. So what you kind of, in my mind, the way I look at Bear Creek soups is I use them as a quick, easy base. To kind of it's already got all your noodles in here, some dried veggies and, the mix, and you just boil some water and you whisk it in. You let it 10 minutes. Doesn't take long. But I'm going to add probably 2 pounds of shredded up chicken in the pot. I'm looking at a big meal. Kids are coming in town in a week, a little over a week. And while they're here for a month, I'm going to be excited, just coming up with different recipes and things. And sometimes they need to be quick. Now, I know some of you have got some really good homemade chicken noodle recipes, okay? And feel free to put them in the comments. I like trying new stuff. If I see something that catches my eye, I'm going to give it a shot. I like to eat, and I like to taste things and different flavors and unique. I like variety. That's why sometimes we talk about variety here. Not just buying rice and beans for the stockpiles and for our pantries, but having some variety, some things to go with that rice and beans, or an occasional instead of rice and beans. It can be fun, all right? Prepping and thinking about having to go through a catastrophe or an event, maybe something that's a week long or a month long, but having different things that we enjoy along with the bare necessities, right? The essentials. So Bear Creek, I've tried these before. I really like them as a base. It's super easy, good flavor. And if you can add more veggies in here. You can do whatever you want. I just use this as a base. And for just a few bucks, it's super cheap, super easy. I don't have a lot of cleanup. I don't have a lot of prep work. So I don't like stockpile these to the rafters, but I like to keep a few bags on hand. And we went through a phase, they were hard to find. Look what else I found at Walmart. It's back, Keystone, but all they had was the beef. But that's all right. Beef is good, and it's better than nothing. Now, however, the price has gone up. It's close to $10 a can now, and that just shows you that things are continuing to move up. But thankful they have it. So luckily, I've already got a bunch of these stocked up. So it's not like I'm having to buy more than just one or two, here and there. I don't know if prices will ever adjust back down or not. But as you know, even the Keystone website, hit or miss. Sometimes it'll show in stock. Somebody sent me an email a week ago and said, "Hey, here's a link. They're back in stock. You can get a case of, Keystone meats." Pulled it up and they were already out of stock. So you just have to kind of roll the dice sometimes when you're trying to find stuff. Pastas, super slim, but I was thankful that they had some dried noodles pastas. The big boxes are a better value. Thankful for that, because there's been a lot of weeks, and I've said them here on my videos, they're out, that they have none on the shelf. So let me know kind of what's going on in your area. But how about those gas prices? Now ours are going up. Definitely over $4 a gallon no matter where I go. Even with a little bit of savings like at Kroger's, with their fuel savings, unless you really stockpile up those savings. But definitely prices continue to climb. It looks like as we're heading to summer, that's the direction they're headed. So unfortunately for that. One last thing I just wanted to talk about. Sometimes we like to read books. How many out here like to read books? And a little over a year ago or so, you remember I was talking about the book 1 Second After, that I read it and that I really enjoyed it. I know it's backwards I've got the camera facing me so I can see. 1 Second After, excellent book. It's a depiction of what a community would go through in a case of an EMP. So if there's a big crisis, a big thing that happens, something that, and you kind of always ask the question, well, what would happen? I wonder my neighborhood, how it would affect us and this and that, and my stores, how would it affect things? And it's a great example of somebody's mind putting it onto paper and coming up with a great story and a great example of what could take place. And I found out what made me think of this was I saw, and you see the bookmark here, I never finished reading the second one. There's 3 of them in the series, by the way. But, and if I remember, I'll try to put a link in my video description down below on Amazon if you're curious and want to look at them. But I never finished the second one, and I didn't realize it. So this is going to be something I'm going to start getting back into, and that's what made me think to tell you about the first one. Probably because the first one was really good. Second one's kind of it's not that super like eventful thing. Now it's still kind of like the rebuilding phase of life and all that. So speaking of Amazon, it's been a few weeks since I've mentioned, if you go down into my video description, any of my Amazon links I put, doesn't matter what it is, a widget, a book, if you just do your shopping through my link, you just hit the search button, you do your normal shopping, anything you buy through Amazon, House of Prep here, we actually get a small kickback just for you using my link. It doesn't cost you anything else. It doesn't put your information there for me to see. It's all handled through Amazon as normal. And I appreciate those of you that have been doing that every month. And you guys are good at whenever you order stuff, because people like to order stuff, right? We have stuff piled up. You can see the memes, right? Stuff just piled up on the doorstep of people getting stuff built up for your home, right? Or buying supplies for your pantries. So, hey, look, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. There's a lot going on. Look, I'm proud of you. A lot of you have been doing really well. These last couple years, it just seemed like everywhere you looked and everyone you talked to and every video you watch, hey, we're at the cusp of collapse, right? The supply chain's down, food's gone. But you know what? We've made it through it. And we're still able to buy things we need. Now, yes, it's at a more substantial price. There are things that are missing, and there is still, we're still, in my opinion, close to the cusp of a big problem. But we've been able to persevere, push through, and a lot of you have been able to prepare. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited for the victories and the small successes that each one of us have been able to make in these last couple of years towards being better prepared. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week as we head into the weekend, and you all be good, and I'll talk to you later.